You see the question paper. You see the question paper. 2019 they asked first problem. First problem, the density of the material in SI system. Density of the material in SI system is given as 128 kilogram per meter cube. Okay, in another system, they measured unit of length as, of course, in SI system, the unit of length is meter and mass is kilogram. But in the new system, unit of length is considered as L2 is equal to 25 centimeter, and length is measured as, okay, unit of length is 25 centimeter and unit of mass M2 is equal to 50 gram. But in old system, unit of length is kilogram and unit of mass is, unit of length is meter, unit of mass is kilogram. It is measured like this. Now in the new system, what is the numerical value of the density of the material they asked? I think you have seen the question paper. Okay, now you see. Okay, you see here in SI system, density of the material is 128 kilogram per meter cube. That means in SI system, the unit of length is taken measured in meter and unit of mass is kilogram. But in new system, the unit of length is measured as 25 centimeter and unit of mass is 50 gram. In the new system, what is the numerical value of density? Already we know in one system, N1 measurement is N1 and unit in that system of density is say U1. Okay, in the new system N2 measurement is N2 and unit is say U2. These two must be equal. Just like 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. In one system meter and the length of the body is 1 in meters. The same body measured in centimeter, but measurement is equal to, that means magnitude is equal to 100. Both are equal. So N1 U1 is equal to N2 U2. N1 into U1 means this is the SI unit of density. SI unit of density. Okay, of density. Next, N2 into U2 means the new unit. Whatever the new unit, you write new unit. Now you substitute the data. N1 means in SI system, the magnitude of density is equal to 128 given. So you write 128 into SI unit of density means first you write the dimension formula of density. Dimension formula of density means mass by length. In SI system, mass by length means M by L cube, no? And that means M1 into L1 whole to power of minus 3. It is the dimension formula of the density in SI system. To distinguish the SI system and the new system as separate, you write the dimension formula of density in SI system M1 L1 to power of minus 3. In the new system, it is say M2 into L2 to power of minus 3. Okay, now we substitute the data. So 128 into, in SI system, unit of mass is kilogram, no? So kilogram, unit of length is meter, 2 power of minus 3 is equal to N2 into, in the new system, what is the magnitude of the density they ask? That means N2 we have to find. Here N2 is equal to question mark. So M2 means that is the unit of mass in new system. Unit of mass in new system is 50 gram. You write 50 gram into new unit of length is 25 centimeter. So instead of L2, you write new unit 25 centimeter, whole to power of minus 3. You write like this. Okay, then 128 into, here it is in grams, it is in kilogram. You change them into kilogram. 1 kilogram means 1000 gram, no? So 1000 gram into meter means 100 centimeter. 100 centimeter whole to power of minus 3. Okay, is equal to N2 into 50 gram into 25 centimeter whole to power of minus 3. Now you see here centimeter whole to power of minus 3 is there. Here centimeter whole to power of minus 3 is there. You cancel them. Here gram is there. Here also gram is there. You cancel them. Okay. Here now 128 into 100 into, that means 10 to the power of 3 into, here 10 to the power of 2 whole to the power of minus 3 means 10 to the power of minus 6 we can write. That is equal to N2 into, here 50 into 10, 25 to the power of 25 whole to the power of minus 3. Okay, therefore N2 is equal to 128 into 10 to the power of 3, 10 to the power of here see 10 to the power of minus sorry. Okay, 10 to the power of minus 3 by 50 into 10 to the power of 25 to the power of minus 3 means into 25 whole to the power of 3. So this is equal to 128 into 1 by 1000 we can write here by 50. 10 to the power of minus 3 can be written as by 1000 into 25 into 25 into 25 you write. Okay, now 25 twos are 25 40s are 5 5s are 5 8s are 2 6s are 2 4s are 8 8s are. So n2 is equal to 8 into 5 40. So in the new system the density is 40 units. In new system the density is 40 units. So answer is 40 units. Yeah, 40 units in the new system. So the density of the substance in the new system is 40 units, in which the mass is 50 gram and length is measured in 25 centimeter. That means the length is measured in 25 centimeter. That is the unit. Okay. Next, second one, you see the problem. In SI units, the dimensions of root epsilon naught by mu naught, they asked. The dimensions in SI units, the dimensions of root epsilon naught by mu naught, they asked. That is equal to question mark. So what is the epsilon naught value? What is the epsilon naught? And what about mu naught? I think you have seen the question here. Okay, current is the dimension formula of the current is capital A, time is T, mass unit dimension formula is M, length is L. So in terms of these, we have to write the dimensions of root epsilon naught by mu naught. So here, already just now I said, you see the board. So just now I said, in dimension formula, in units and dimensions, they asked the dimension formulas for most of the physical quantities in second year. That's why we need how we can write. Of course, we need not prepare for them. Okay, but if you know some fundamental dimensional formulas for fundamental quantities, minimum for certain quantities, if you know the dimensional formulas like force, mass, velocity, force, linear momentum, next velocity, acceleration, work done, energy. If you know the dimensional formulas for this, almost all in second year, for everyone we can write the dimensional formula. How? Just one example I will say. For epsilon naught and mu naught, we write the dimension formula, so that for any physical quantity we can write like this only. Okay, you need not write the value of that epsilon naught. We need not write the value of epsilon naught. Okay. Now how we can write the dimension formula of epsilon naught here? If you know the dimension formula of epsilon naught and mu naught, we can have the dimension formula of root mu naught by epsilon naught. How we can write the dimension formula of mu naught? Is there any relation in which mu naught is involved? Is there any equation in which is there any known equation involving epsilon naught? Simple formula. Coulomb's inverse square law is there. In Coulomb's inverse square law, force between two charges is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q1 q2 by distance square. No. Okay. In Coulomb's inverse square law, the force between the two charged particles, that is the electric force. That electric force is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into charges q1 q2 by distance square. This is the formula involving the epsilon naught. So from this, as we need the dimension formula of epsilon naught, you write epsilon naught is equal to something 1 by 4 pi into q1 q2 by fe. That means force between the two charged particles into r square. Okay. Now what is the dimension formula of epsilon naught? You see, it is 1 by 4 pi is the constant. It has no dimension formula. Charge means charge q is equal to it. We can write now current into time. Charge q is equal to I into t. No. So what is the dimensional formula of charge? I is the fundamental quantity and t is also the fundamental quantity. So dimensional formula of charge means q is equal to dimension formula of current, that is I or capital A we can write into time t. So AT is the dimension formula of charge. Here two charges are there. That's why AT whole square. That means A square T square we can write by dimension formula of force. ML T to the power of -2 we can write. And distance, R is the distance between the two charged particles. That is L. Square is there. You write square. Therefore, dimension formula of epsilon naught, you simplify them. Here you see, M you write in the numerator, M to the power of -1 we can write. Here it is L cube. When you write in the numerator, it becomes L to the power of -3. T to the power of -2. When write in the numerator, then it becomes T square. Here already existing T square is there. T to the power of 4 into A square. It is the dimension formula of epsilon naught. Similarly, we can write the dimension formula of mu naught also. We can write here I am having not right to add the number of any person, not only Arya Bhavan or Chakra Bhavan or any campus. I am not having right to add. You ask your concerned vice principal Anil sir or Balaji sir. Okay. Okay na? Era. Navishwar Reddy. Okay. You ask Balaji sir or Anil Kumar. Any problem regarding the exam date, exam timings, etc. Everyone, you better ask Balaji sir or Anil Kumar sir. Okay. I am not having right to add you. I am also one of the members, just like you people in the group. I am not the, I think I am not the admin. Okay. Right. Here epsilon naught. Now we have to write the dimension formula of mu naught. If you know these two, then we can write the dimension formula of root mu naught, epsilon naught by mu naught. To write the dimension formula of mu naught, how we can write dimension formula of mu naught? What is the equation involving the dimension formula of mu naught? Vaishnav. Vaishnav, you tell me. Vaishnav. What is the formula involving this mu naught? Vaishnav. Okay. All right. Okay. The equation involving the mu naught term is force between two magnetic poles. That is the magnetic force. Magnetic force is equal to, we can write mu naught by 4 pi into m1 m2 by distance square. We can write now force between the two magnetic poles is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into m1 m2 by distance square. Very good, Maurya. Okay, right. Now we need the dimensional formula of mu naught. That implies mu naught is equal to something you write fm into 4 pi r square by m1 m2. Okay, therefore dimensional formula of mu naught, that means in the square bracket you write mu naught, that is equal to dimensional formula of force means ml t to the power of -2 into dimensional formula of r square. 4 pi is constant, it has no dimensional formula. R square means L square. Okay, by dimensional formula of pole strength. Pole strength unit is ampere meter. Pole strength unit is, you know, ampere meter. So dimensional formula is A hyphen L, because ampere means current. Dimensional formula is A. Meter means length, unit of length. That's why dimensional formula is L. That's why AL square. Here m1 m2 is there. That's why AL whole square. That means A square L square. Here L square cancel. So this is equal to ml t to the power of -2 a to the power of -2. It is the dimensional formula of the mu naught. Now we substitute the two values there. Therefore, you will get dimensional formula of root mu naught by epsilon naught. Okay. Therefore, dimension formula of root epsilon naught by mu naught they asked is equal to root epsilon naught dimension formula is m inverse L to the power of minus 3 t to the power of 4 a square by dimension formula of mu naught means m L t to the power of minus 2 a to the power of minus 2. You write all in the numerator. Here when you write this m in the numerator, then it becomes minus 1. So total minus 2 it becomes. Next L when you write in the numerator, then it becomes L to the power of minus 4 t to the power of 6 a to the power of 2. When you remove the root, then m to the power of minus 1 L to the power of minus 2 t to the power of 3 a to the power of 1. So this is the dimension formula of epsilon naught by mu naught. So in this way we can write the dimension formula of root epsilon naught by mu naught. Okay. So what is the answer here? M inverse L to the power of minus 2 t cube a to the power of 1. Where is the answer? M inverse L cube. Sorry, L to the power of minus 2. M inverse L to the power of minus 2 t cube a or a square we are getting. Sorry, here a square, here a square, a to the power of 4, no? It is a to the power of 4, so you will get a square. Okay. So m inverse L to the power of minus 2 t cube a square. That means option D is no correct, no? Option D is correct. Okay. Option D is correct. Yeah. Option D is correct. Okay. Next. One more problem. Okay, see the other problem. This model is also important because these all are the problems in experimental physics. These all are the problems in experimental physics. This problem is also very, very important. Model is very, very important. So we are given the density of the measurement of a cube. The mass and length are measured as, mass is measured as, you see, third problem is mass is measured as 10 plus or minus 0.10 kg means we are given measured mass and error in the measurement also. That's why m plus or minus delta m is given, which is given as 10.00 plus or minus 0.1 case. Okay, next measure of length, that is also given error with error. That's why L plus or minus delta L, that is equal to 0.10 plus or minus 0.01 meters, that is given. Then error in the measurement of density they asked. Error in the measurement of density they asked. So you see the units of m means pole strength, no? Pole strength means ampere meter. The unit of pole strength is ampere meter. So dimension formula is ampere means capital A, meter means length. That's why capital L. So AL is the dimension formula of the pole strength. Or SI unit of pole strength is ampere meter. Magnetic moment means ampere meter square. Pole strength is ampere meter. Magnetic moment is ampere meter square is the SI unit of the magnetic moment, because magnetic moment is equal to pole strength into length, no? Pole strength into length of the magnet is the magnetic moment. Okay, Maurya. Right. Next, you see the here in the measurement of mass in case of a certain body. Okay, in case of a rod whose mass is measured as 10 plus or minus 0.1 kg. That means measured mass is given. Error in the measurement is also given. The length of the rod is given as cube, the length of the cube is equal to 1.1 plus or minus 0.01 meter is given. That means error is given, measured length is also given. That's why L plus or minus delta L is given. So measured mass is this one, measured length is this one, errors are this. Now what is the error in the measurement of the density they asked? Error in the measurement of density means delta rho they asked. First you have to find the rho. Rho means mass by volume of the cube means L cube, no? So mass means 10 by L cube means 0.1 whole cube. 0.1 whole cube. That is equal to, here 0.1 whole cube means 10 to the power of minus 1 whole to the power of 3. That means 10 to the power of minus 3. So total it becomes 10 to the power of 4 now. It is the density in kilogram per meter cube. Measured density. Error in the measurement of density we need. So density is equal to mass by L cube now. That is equal to m into L to the power of minus 3 we can write now. Now the error in the measurement of density or relative error, first you have to write. Relative error means density power is 1. That's why 1 into delta rho by rho is equal to mass power 1 into delta m by m plus length power minus 3. So minus 3 into delta L by L we have to write actually. But here maximum possible error we have to find. That's why plus only you will get. Now from this delta rho can be calculated because delta rho is equal to rho into delta m by m plus 3 into delta L by L. Now we substitute the data. Rho already we got 10 to the power of 4 into delta m. Delta means error in the measurement of mass, that is 0.1. All are in SI system only. Directly we can substitute. So 0.1 by mass means 10 plus 3 into delta L. Delta L is 0.01 by L means 0.110. So you simplify them, then you will get density. Error in the measurement of density is approximately you will get 0.30 something you will get. So answer is 0.31 something is given. So that is the answer. Minimum means any error they can be had. Kushal, minimum means we cannot say because you see suppose one scale is there. Here this is 1 centimeter, 1.1 centimeter, 1.2, 1.3 like that, 2 centimeter like that it is there. Okay. So here suppose if the length of the rod is like this. Length of the rod is like this. It is greater than 1.1 but less than 1.1. Then we write 1.1 is the length of the rod. Here this extra length is we ignored. That means that is error, no? Maximum possible error is up to this only. Minimum means from 1.1 to 1.2 any value the error can have. We cannot say that one. But maximum possible error we can say. What if they ask minimum error? Should we take negative? Negative means that depends on the atmospheric conditions also. If the temperature falls, there is a negative error, length decreases. If temperature is more increased, then there is a positive error. Based on the conditions we can say. That's why we have written plus or minus. Okay. Maximum decrease in error or maximum increase in error. That's why you have to take the positive value. Positive value we have to take. That may be positive or negative. Maximum possible error we have to find. Okay. So answer is you see 0.31 is given. So 0.31 kilogram per meter cube is the maximum possible error in the measurement of density. This is called really obsolete error. Obsolete error. Relative error means delta rho by rho is the relative error. Delta rho by rho is the relative error. Suppose if this answer is not there, then you find delta rho by rho. Definitely you will get the answer. Okay. I think this is only answer. Delta rho only they asked. The error in the measurement of density means delta rho. If delta rho is not there, you find delta rho by rho. That means relative error you find. Okay. Next. Next, you see the characteristic distance at which quantum gravitational effects are significant. The Planck's length can be determined from a suitable combination of the fundamental physical constants G, H, C. Which of the following correctly gives the Planck's constant? Okay. You read the problem once. The characteristic distance at which quantum gravitational effects are significant. That means gravitational force between the two particles is also significant. Planck's constant can be determined by suitable combination of the fundamental quantities, fundamental physical constants G, H, C. So it is problem number 1. Universal gravitational constant, Planck's constant, and speed of light. These are the physical constants. So in terms of physical constants, what is the characteristic distance at which quantum gravitational effects are significant? The Planck's length can be determined. Planck's length means nothing but length. That length can be determined from a suitable combination of the fundamental physical constants G, H, C. So we have to find the length formula in terms of GHC. Length formula in terms of GHC we have to determine. So this type of problems, you better to verify the option. For universal gravitational constant capital G, Planck's constant H, and speed of light C, you write the dimension formulas in that formulas. That must be equal to length. In which formula it is possible, we have to check. In which dimension formula, it is possible, you will get the dimension formula, resultant dimension formula equal to length, then that is the answer. That is the Planck's length. So in this way we can determine. Okay. So what are the dimension formulas of length, gravitational constant, length, etc.? How we can find? How we can find? Here you see dimension formula of gravitational constant we have to write. We doesn't know dimension formula of gravitational constant directly. Okay. So listen to me. So here dimension formula of gravitational constant we doesn't know because it is not the regular dimension formula. So we have to write. So first we write which equation involving the universal gravitational constant value. Which constant involves the universal gravitational constant term? F is equal to G m1 m2 by distance square. We can write universal gravitational law. Or small g is equal to capital G capital M by capital R square also we can write. Anyone we can write. Okay. Small g is equal to capital G capital M by R square. We can write. From this, G is equal to Z R square by capital M. No. So dimension formula of G is equal to, small g means acceleration due to gravity, nothing but acceleration. So L t to the power of -2 is the dimension formula. Already I said in first year, minimum linear momentum, velocity, acceleration. Okay, next force, work done, energy. Of course, work energy both are having same dimension formula. At least if you know these dimension formulas, then we can write the dimension formula for any physical quantity. Dimension formula of the electric current is IRA, capital A. Dimension formula of temperature is capital K. Just if you know these dimension formulas, then we can write the dimension formula for any physical quantity, even in the second year quantities also, even for the case of second year also. Okay. So here, dimension formula G is equal to dimension formula small g, L to the power of -2. It is the radius of the earth, that is equal to length, L square, by mass of the earth, capital M. Therefore, M inverse L cube T to the power of -2 is the dimension formula of universal gravitational constant. Next, what is the dimension formula of Planck's constant? What is the equation involving the Planck's constant? What is the equation involving the Planck's constant? What is the equation involving Planck's constant? Anybody else? Abhilash, can you say? Abhilash, you speak. Abhilash, can you say any equation involving Planck's constant? Abhilash, A.
E equals to h nu, sir.
Very good. E is equal to?
H nu.
Very good. From this, we need the dimension formula Planck's constant. That's why H is equal to something you write. Energy by frequency. Okay. Therefore, dimension formula of Planck's constant is equal to dimension formula of energy. Energy is nothing but work done. What is the dimension formula of work done? ml square t to the power of minus 2, no? Okay, Abhilash. ml square
Yes, sir.
to the power of minus 2 by frequency. Frequency means reciprocal of time period, no? That's why t to the power of minus 1, no? So dimension formula of frequency is t to the power of minus 1. Therefore, dimension formula of Planck's constant is equal to m. M means m to the power of 1, L square. T to the power of minus 1, when you write in the numerator, then plus 1 you will get. T to the power of minus 2 plus 1 means t to the power of minus 1. Already we know Planck's constant is having same dimension formula as the angular momentum also. Angular momentum is also having same dimension formula. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Right, Nana. Next. What is the dimension formula of speed of light? Speed of light means, of course, it is the velocity only. So L t to the power of minus 1. Now, you verify the options. Option verification is one method. Okay, I will already you know that method. Because in the options, in the formulas for capital G, capital H, small h and c, you substitute these dimension formulas and simplify them. Which formula? Because they asked the Planck's length. So which formula here? Answer is, in which formula, when you substitute the dimension formula and when you simplify them, you will get the length. That is the Planck's length formula. In such a way we can do. So here answer is okay. Answer is B given. B. Here for this answer is GH by C cube whole to the power of half. This is the dimension formula of length. When you substitute GHC dimension formulas, after simplification you will get L, just capital L. That means dimension formula of length. That's why it represents Planck's length. Planck's length. Of course, whatever the type of length, it is nothing but length. Okay, that is one method. Option verification method it is. Okay, suppose if you want to do directly, how we can do? Anybody else can say? How we can do? We have to derive the formula for length as like this. How we can derive? Can anybody else say? Wasim, are you playing? Can anybody say? How we can say? How we can do? Because they asked the Planck's length. Planck's length, say L, in terms of GHC. That means Planck's length depends on GHC, no? That's why you write L is proportional to G to the power of A, H to the power of B, C to the power of C. Like this you write. Okay. Now you write the dimension formulas for various quantities here. L means length, capital L, is equal to G means already we got here M inverse L cube t to the power of minus 2. Whole to the power of A is there. Whole to the power of A you write. Planck's constant dimension formula ml square t to the power of minus 1. ml square t to the power of minus 1. Whole to the power of B is there. C means speed of light. That means L t to the power of minus 1. Whole to the power of C. Okay, now L is equal to m to the power of minus A. Here m to the power of plus B is there. Plus B is there. That's all. Into L to the power of 3A is here. Here 2B is here. Plus 2B. Here L to the power of C means plus C is there. Into t to the power of minus 2A is there. Minus B is there. Minus C is there. Okay. Here on left side, no m term, no t term. That's why m0, t0, L to the power of 1. Now we compare. Okay. Power of L here is this one. Here power of L is 1. That means 3A plus 2B plus C is equal to 1. Here power of M is 0. Here power of M is minus A plus B. So minus A plus B is equal to 0 or A is equal to B. Next, compare the powers of T. Minus 2A minus B minus C is equal to 0. Then in ABC you will get 3 equations. In ABC you will get 3 equations. Then you substitute. Okay. Okay, you substitute them. When you substitute, then you will get ABC values. When you substitute ABC values here and simplify them, when you when you get ABC values, you substitute ABC values here in equation 1, then you will get this relation directly. That is one method. But here solving 3 equations, writing 3 equations means that is somewhat lengthy process. Better to verify the option. Okay, as your wish, you can do any method. Okay, that is the one way to do the problem. Next. Okay, second problem you see. Second problem you see. You read the second problem. Okay, second problem. The density of the material in the shape of a cube is determined. I think already we did previously in first problem is that only we measured the absolute error in the measurement of density delta rho we calculated. But here they asked the percentage change in the density, maximum error in the determining density. Answer is given in terms of percentage. That means delta rho by rho into 100 they asked. Delta rho by rho we can have no. Previously we have done into 100. That gives the answer. So we can do directly. So we need not do that one. Okay, next. You see the third problem. You see the third problem here. The percentage error in the quantities P, Q, R, S. Delta P by P into 100 is equal to 0.5% is given. Delta Q by Q into 100 percentage is given. Percentage error is given. That's why delta Q by Q into 100 is equal to 1%. Next, delta R by R into 100 is equal to 3%, and delta S by S into 100 is given as 1.5% respectively. Then measurement error, percentage error in the measurement of A, which is equal to PQ Q square by root R into S, they asked. Okay, now we have to find the percentage error in the measurement of that A value. So what about A value? Delta A by A into 100 they asked. Delta A by A into 100 we have to find. Okay. You see? All of you look at the board. Here A is equal to PQ Q square something, it is given like this. Error in the measurement of P is 0.5% is given. That's why delta P by P into 100 is given. Similarly in Q, R, S are given. Therefore here you see A is equal to PQ Q square R to the power of minus half into S to the power of minus 1 we can write now. So percentage error in the measurement of density means first you write the relative error formula. Relative error in the measurement of A is equal to delta A by A, which is equal to power 3 into delta P by P plus power 2 into delta Q by Q minus half, but maximum possible error they asked. That's why plus half into delta R by R plus power 1 into minus 1 means maximum possible error plus only. So 1 into delta S by S. Percentage means into 100 you have to write. Into 100 you write here. Here you write into 100. Here you write into 100. Now you substitute. 3 into delta P by P into 100. 3 into delta P by P into 100 means that is equal to 0.5 plus 2 into delta Q by Q into 100 that is equal to 1% plus half into delta R by R into 100 that is equal to 3 plus delta S by S into 100 is 1.5. You simplify them. 1.5 plus 2 plus 1.5 plus 1.5. Therefore 6.5 you know. .5. Therefore delta A by A into 100 is equal to 6.5 percentage. This is the percentage error in the measurement of A when the formula is given like this. So we can calculate like this. Okay, next you see the fourth problem. Fourth problem is important. The relative uncertainty in the period of the satellite of orbiting around the Earth is 10 to the power of -2. The relative error, relative uncertainty in the measurement of the radius of the orbit is negligible. The relative uncertainty in the mass of the Earth is how much? So you read the problem. Fourth problem. Relative error in the measurement of the mass they asked. Okay. Relative error means relative uncertainty they asked. Relative uncertainty means delta m by m they asked. Relative uncertainty means delta m by m. Relative uncertainty in the measurement of time period is given. Okay. Have you seen the problem? So you see fourth problem. Relative uncertainty in the period of the satellite orbiting around the Earth. Time period of the satellite orbiting the Earth around orbiting the Earth. What is the formula for them? What is the formula for? You see, whenever the satellite makes revolutions around the Earth, gravitational force of attraction between the Earth and satellite, that means mm by radius square, provides the necessary centripetal force mr omega square. Okay, then small m cancel. Therefore, omega square is equal to g capital M by r cube. Omega means we can write 2 pi by t whole square means 4 pi square by t square, or t square is equal to 4 pi square r cube by g into m. Now 4 pi square r cube by g into m, or t is equal to, here they asked the uncertainty in the measurement, relative uncertainty in the measurement of mass means relative uncertainty. Uncertainty means error, absolute error means delta r delta m like that. Relative uncertainty means delta m by m. Here they asked the relative uncertainty in the measurement of the mass. So relative uncertainty we need. Okay. Okay, right. So what is the relative uncertainty? Relative uncertainty in the mass given. So m is equal to something you write. M is equal to 4 pi square by 4 pi square r cube by g into t square. Here, relative uncertainty in the time period is given. Relative uncertainty in the radius of the orbit is negligible. That's why relative uncertainty in the radius of the orbit is negligible. So this is constant. G is already constant. Therefore, m is proportional to t to the power of -2. Relative uncertainty in the measurement of mass means delta m by m they asked. That is equal to -2 into, that means maximum possible error. So 2 into delta t by t. That is equal to 2 into relative uncertainty in the measurement of time period is given 10 to the power of -2. 10 to the power of -2. So 2 into 10 to the power of -2 is the relative uncertainty in the measurement of mass. Relative uncertainty in the measurement of mass is 2 into 10 to the power of -2. Okay, fourth problem. So option C is correct. Okay, 2 into 10 to the power of -2. Okay. Okay, next. You see the question paper assignment. Relative error in the determination of the surface area of the sphere is alpha. Then relative error in the determination of volume, we can find now. Relative error in the determination of the surface area of the sphere is alpha. Fifth one, relative error in the determination of the surface area, that means delta A by A, that is the relative error, that is equal to alpha. Relative error in the determination of the volume they asked, delta V by V they asked. Okay. So you see, I think you have seen the problem. Now you listen, see the board. Between volume and area, we need the relation. Okay, area is equal to surface area of the sphere, means 4 pi r square, no? Because it is a sphere. Relative error in the determination of the surface area of the sphere. Okay, surface area of the sphere is this one. So A is proportional to r square, no? Volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cube. That means volume is proportional to r cube, no? That is proportional to, because relative error in the measurement of area is given, for volume they ask. That's why in between V and A we need the relation. R means we can write root A, no? Root A means A to the power of 1 by 2. Whole cube is there. So V is proportional to A to the power of 3 by 2. It is the relation between volume and area. So relative error in the measurement of volume, delta V by V is equal to power 3 by 2 into relative error in the measurement of area. That is equal to 3 by 2 into relative error in the measurement of area is alpha, no? So alpha. So delta V by V is equal to 3 by 2 alpha. That is the answer. Okay, next. Screw gauge problems already I said in the video. Okay, already have seen. Next. Okay, 20th problem. Dimension of B square by 2 mu naught, where B is the magnetic field and mu naught is the magnetic permeability. Okay, so dimensions of B square by 2 mu naught they asked. So 20th problem, dimensions of B square by 2 mu naught. Dimensions of B square by 2 mu naught they asked. Mu naught dimension formula. Previously, how we derived the dimension formula of mu naught, in such a way we can derive. It is the energy density of the magnetic field. Energy density means energy per unit volume. Okay, if you are having idea, in electromagnetic waves we are having energy density. That means magnetic energy density per unit volume. Okay, so that means energy by volume. So this is equal to energy by volume, simply energy by volume. That's all. Energy by volume is the energy per unit volume of the magnetic field. Okay, what is the dimension formula means? Whatever the dimension formula for energy by per unit volume, that is the dimension formula B square by 2 mu naught. If you are having idea about the formula, then directly energy means ml square T to the power of minus 2 by volume means L cube. Therefore, ml inverse T to the power of minus 2. That is the dimension formula of the B square by 2 mu naught. We can write like this directly. Option 1 is correct. Suppose if you are not getting idea, about that formula, how? B dimension formula we have to write, mu naught dimension formula we have to write. Okay, because you see, in what is the equation involving B and mu naught? Magnetic induction B is equal to, due to pole strength at any point, the magnetic induction B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into pole strength by distance square. We are having this dimension, this formula now. So therefore, from this B square by mu naught, they asked. Okay, you square this one. You square this one. B square by mu naught we need. Okay. So from this you obtain the dimension formula of the B square. From this you obtain the dimension formula of the B value first. Dimension formula of B, dimension formula of B, how we can find? Directly we cannot find. Okay, first of all, from F is equal to mu naught by 4 pi, force between two magnetic poles is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into m1 m2 by distance square. Previously we derived the dimensional formula of mu naught. No, by that method you find the dimensional formula of mu naught, then you substitute here, then you will get B dimensional formula, then you substitute the 2 here, then you will get this formula. Or if you know this is the formula for magnetic energy density per unit volume, that means energy by volume, you substitute the dimensional formula of energy, volume, simplify them, you will get answer directly. In this way we can do. Okay, next. Next you see, okay, sorry, it is the solution, I think. It is a solution, no? Okay, next, you see this formula, this problem. 18th one. The dimension of stopping potential V naught in a photoelectric effect in units of Planck's constant H, speed C, and gravitational constant capital Z. Here, stopping potential in terms of, you see, in terms of Hc gravitational constant. 18th problem, you see, Hc and gravitational constant, we need the dimensional formula of stopping potential. That's all. For stopping potential, we need the dimensional formula in terms of Hcg. Okay, A means current, ampere, A means current. Okay, in terms of Hcga, we need the dimensional formula of stopping potential. Okay, so in which formula? Actually, first you write the dimensional formula of stopping potential. First you write the dimensional formula of stopping potential. Then you write the dimensional formulas for individual quantities here in this. Dimensional formula Planck's constant in terms of MLT you write, for gravitational constant you write, for speed of light, for ampere you write, and simplify them. If you get the dimensional formula of stopping, not only stopping potential, any potential, electric potential or potential difference, then if in any options, one of the options is having dimensional formula of this potential or stopping potential, that is the answer. That is one way to find. Or in other words, previously we have done no, as they asked the dimensional formula of stopping potential in terms of Hcga, then you write V is proportional to H to the power of A, C to the power of B, G to the power of C, D to the power of, A to the power of D. You write like that. Then you write the dimensional formulas. Then you compare the powers of the length on both sides, mass on both sides, time on both sides, current on both sides. Then you will get the four ABCD relations. You solve them, ABCD values you will get. Then you substitute, you will get answer. But in this case, better to verify the option. For dimensional formula, Planck's constant, gravitational constant, C and A, already I said how we can write the dimensional formulas. Okay, if you substitute here, you must get the dimensional formula of stopping potential V naught. What is the dimensional formula of stopping potential? Not only stopping potential, any potential. Is there any formula involving the potential? Is there any formula involving the potential difference or potential, which you know? Yes, very good. Work done is equal to V into Q, we can write now. V is equal to W by Q now. So dimensional formula of potential difference or stopping potential or electric potential is equal to, work means dimensional formula ml square T to the power of minus 2 by charge means Q is equal to IT. I means A into time means T. Therefore, dimensional formula potential is equal to m to the power of 1 L square T to the power of minus 3 A to the power of minus 1. You will get. This is the dimensional formula of the stopping potential or potential. If you substitute different dimensional formulas for various quantities in the options, if you simplify them, if you get this dimensional formula of potential, that is the answer. In this way you can do. Okay. Next. Okay, you see. A simple pendulum is being used to determine the value of gravitational acceleration at certain place. The length of the pendulum is 25 centimeter and stopwatch resolution measures the time taken for 40 oscillations to be 50 seconds. Then accuracy in the measurement of small g is dash. Accuracy in the measurement of small g, they asked. How you can determine accuracy in the measurement of small g? Tell me, what is the formula involving that acceleration due to gravity and time period? T is equal to 2 pi root L by Z, no? T is equal to 2 pi root L by Z. In that formula, accuracy means percentage error, they asked. Percentage error in the measurement of G, they asked. So here you see, 7th one. Time period T is equal to 2 pi into root L by Z. You square on both sides. T square is equal to 4 pi square into L by Z. Or G, because they asked the accuracy in the measurement of acceleration due to gravity, they asked. That's why G is equal to something you write. Small g is equal to 4 pi square L by T square. Or, okay, this 4 pi is the constant. So error in the measurement of G, percentage they asked, because if you see the options, percentage given. That's why to measure the percentage of error, first you have to find the relative error in the measurement of G. Delta Z by Z is equal to 4 pi square is constant, it has no error. So here this is equal to 4 pi square into L to the power of minus 2. So 4 pi has no error. L to the power of 1, that means 1 into delta L by L plus 2 into power minus 2 means minus 2 into maximum possible error means plus 2 into delta T by T. Okay, now the length of the pendulum is measured as, it is one important problem. It is one important problem. Measurement of length is given as 25.0 centimeter. So error in the measurement, what is the error in the measurement of length? What is the error in the measurement of length? Tell me. If the length of the pendulum is measured as, 25.0 centimeter, then what is the error in the measurement of length? Tell me, anybody else? 0.1, no, because length of the pendulum is expressed as 25.0. You see here, you see the board. Length of the pendulum is measured as L is excuse me. Length of the pendulum is measured as 25.0 centimeter. Okay, next, time is measured as, the length of the pendulum is 25.0 centimeter, and by means of a stopwatch, the time for 40 oscillations are measured. 40 oscillations, time is 50 seconds. Okay, now you see, length is measured as 25.0 centimeter means the error in the measurement of the length is in the last decimal place, means here only. That is, as it is expressed with only one decimal place, maximum possible error is equal to 0.1. Suppose it is expressed like 25.00, maximum possible error is 0.01 only. That means in the last decimal place, you take the maximum possible error as 1. Okay, that's why in the measurement of length, the maximum possible error in the measurement of length is equal to 0.1 centimeter, and length measured is 25.0 centimeter. Okay, next, what is the measurement of the length? here we are given the resolution of the stopwatch with 1 second resolution. That means the 1 second resolution means the minimum time that can be measured with the help of the stopwatch is 1 second. That is the maximum possible error that can be erased in the time measured by means of a stopwatch. That's why delta t is given as 1 second. Delta t is given as 1 second. The total time measured is 50 seconds given. Time taken for 40 oscillations to be 50 seconds. So total time measured is 50 seconds. Okay, therefore you substitute here. Delta z by z is equal to delta L. Delta L means 0.1 by L means 25 plus 2 into delta t means 1 by t means 50. Okay, this is delta z by z. But answer is given in percentages. That's why from this we have to find delta z by z into 100 we have to find. Delta z by z into 100 we have to find. So if you simplify them, then you will get 4.4 percentage. You will get 4.4 percentage. That is the answer you will get. So 4.4. Okay, last one. 4.4 percentage. That is the answer. Okay. Next, 18th problem you see, we can say directly. Here, a quantity f is given by f is equal to root hc5 by g, where c is the speed, g is the universal gravitation constant, h is the Planck's constant. Dimensions of f is dash. Dimension formula of f they asked. Okay. So here, we doesn't know the directly dimension formula of h is z and that of course c means speed of light. We know L t to the power of -1. Okay, for Planck's constant and universal gravitational constant, you find the dimension formula as said in the second problem or third problem at first. Okay, then you find the dimension formula of capital G and capital H and you substitute here, simplify them. Okay, then if you simplify them, then whatever the dimension formula you will get. Suppose if you simplify them, if you get ml square t to the power of -2, that f represents energy. If you get ml t to the power of -1, that is the dimensional formula momentum. No, that's why this f represents momentum. If you after simplification, if the dimension formula remained is L cube, that is volume. If a square, L square, that is the area. In this way we have to check. Okay, I think this is also direct problem. Okay, these are the previous problems up to 2018 also. We discussed the 2018 problems also here. Okay, these are the problems in 2020, 2019, 2018. Okay, these models only they asked. Okay, so today we are having units and dimensions and measurements errors. So you go through that units and dimensions and measurements errors today. So today night I think you are having exam also. Okay, in last day syllabus and today's syllabus. Okay. Okay, Nana, you go through units and dimensions and errors today in study hour and you write the exam tomorrow, tonight. Okay, right. Have a nice day. I'm leaving. So I'm signing out. Exam timings, I think 7 to 10. In evening, you are having 7 to 10. So you have supper by 7 o'clock only and be ready to write exam. Okay, right, Nana. Have a nice day.